Today is Friday. I'm so happy, but I'm not happy because I am on call today. So at my job, I'm like, everybody's on call for usually like a week. Yeah, a week. So I'm on call. So I'm on call from today until next Thursday, basically next Friday. So for a week. So today is actually payday. And y'all already know what time it is. Y'all already know. But seriously, I am going to go and book some million because I do want to look for a book that I had saw. If I see the cover of the book, I actually know what it is. Right now, I'm just like in the parking lot of Books a Million. Y'all, my head has been like hurting for like 6 days. And so when I get home, I'm probably going to take my blood pressure to just make sure like my blood pressure is not up, because I don't have issues with blood pressure, but I've had like some head pressure for like the last 6 days, like on the back of my head, which is like worrying me. But like I've been trying to press through and just like read. But anyway, that is not what this video is about. So we're actually about to go in here into Books a Million, and I just want to see if they have anything new on clearance, because y'all know I love that bargain section. So that's what we're about to do right now. Hi. I have that book already. So I do want to actually get another book by Darcy Coates, and this is a YA. This one's YA. So I've heard a lot of great things about Darcy Coates. I actually have one book. I think it's called Ghost Camera. So I do want to get a Darcy Coates book, but it may be full price. So I usually try to limit myself to only 2 full price books if I do buy full price books. So it's so weird because people looking like, are you talking to yourself? So cute. How much is this? Oh, this is so cute. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this one. So I see here are the Darcy Coates books. So the Silence in the Shadows, 16. They have Whispers in the Mist. Y'all know I love thrillers, horrors. It's like my favorite genre in the world. So I'm trying to diversify my authors, which is why I'm looking for different authors that are like thriller writers. I actually Googled like African American thriller mystery writers, but only not that many come up. Voices in the Snow. So I really need to look in the bargain section first. So I'm gonna head over there after I get a regular price book. Now Ruth Ware. Ooh, they have more over here. Let's see how much this one is. 14. No, it's not bad. These are cute. So I am looking for something by James Baldwin. Oh, I have this book already. So I have that one. I figured I need to come to African American Studies because I figured something would be over here. I love James Baldwin. Like, amazing writer while he was. How much is this? $20. How many pages? 81 pages, $20. I don't think about that. Because I actually have like 10 of his books in my Amazon cart. So if I don't find the books here, probably will just order them from Amazon because I really want to get James Baldwin's catalog because I love his writing. So that's pretty much like what I'm doing right now. Just looking on this shelf to see if they have any more James Baldwin books. I don't even see any. These are the only 4 that I see, which is ridiculous. Like, these are the only 4 that I see. I think, yeah, these 2. No, these are different. That sucks. Well, I'm just gonna keep looking, y'all. Oh, I want to get this. I remember reading this in school. Look at that. It's gorgeous. It's only $22. Oh, I need to get that. I've already read that. That was so good. I think I really want to get this, but oh my gosh, I know this book is like $30. I read this before, tried to read this. I couldn't read that. So I am back. The time is actually now 9 o'clock. When I got home, I actually took my son to go get some shoes from Shoe Carnival because they were having a sale. So, and he needed some shoes because my son is rough on the shoes, y'all. So if y'all have a fan in the background, just ignore that. But I'm actually going to show y'all really quick what I picked up at Books A Million. I had a really great time. So this video, like I said, will be relatively short. But I do want to tell y'all what I ended up getting from Amazon. I ended up going ahead and ordering all the books that I could of James Baldwin on Amazon because they were cheaper. And even though James Baldwin is like deceased now, I still love his books. So I really want to like read his catalog. And like y'all, I'm obsessed with James Baldwin. I swear, like he's an amazing author. So let me jump right into it because I think this phone is about to go dead and I don't want to have to charge it up, and I don't want to have to actually charge it up to like do this video later since it's already so late. So as y'all saw in the video, I ended up picking this up. Isn't this cute? No, I'm just joking. But this is like super cute. So I ended up getting this one. This one's a little bit more sturdier than the last one that I showed y'all in the picture. This one's like way more. You could definitely tell there's way more quality. There is and I got it too because like if y'all could see that, it's a pocket in the inside, and y'all know I love pockets because pockets are on my dress. And of course there's books inside. So, and it says read more books. So I am going to be carrying this around. I might even take this to work. They're gonna be like, oh, what in the world? Like, girl, get a life. But reading is life, okay? So I'm actually going to show y'all the books that I actually purchased. And the reason why I didn't record anymore after that last little bit of clip was because y'all, it was hot in there. I don't know why, but it's always hot in, well, no, it's not always hot in there. It was hot in there today, and y'all, I was like sweating. I was like, I gotta get up out of here. So I ended up not recording any more of that. I was just like, it's too hot. Let me try to just look at what I'm getting because it was just way too hot to be vlogging. So I'm going to show y'all what I purchased. And it went literally from like, okay, I was only going to get like 2 regular price books. It literally went from 2 regular price books to like, I think 3 or 4 regular price books. And I just kind of felt like, you know, I really just treated myself today. So I only spent, I'm not even gonna tell y'all how much I spent, but it wasn't that much because I ended up getting 25% off anyway. So if y'all don't have a Books, this is not sponsored by the way, but I mean, if you know Books A Million, you want to sponsor me, I mean you can. But so I am in no way being paid to say this, but the 25% membership really does come in handy because it's on pretty much anything you purchase within Books A Million. So even if it's like on clearance, like it doesn't even matter, you like literally get 25% off the book, even though 25% off might not sound like it's a lot, but in the end it's like you're still getting something off. So before it was $116 before my discount, so I ended up saving $12, which isn't bad. So if y'all don't have a Books A Million membership, I suggest that you get one. And y'all already know that I'm very frugal. So even though I buy some full price books, which I said I never would, which I think I just lied to myself, but that 25% off comes in handy, especially on full price books. I'm going to go ahead and get into the books. I'm actually going to start off with the bargain books that I actually purchased. And then I'll go to the full price books. And I really hate that they put this sticker on the front of the bargain one. So I'm actually going to scan these in once I get off the video. So I've never had any books by Taylor Jenkins Reid, so I actually decided to just get this one. This is called One True Loves, And this book says Emma Blair marries her high school sweetheart Jesse. So from reading the synopsis, this book seems like it's going to be like finding another love and then a second chance romance kind of blended together, because what ends up happening is that she ends up getting engaged, and then the husband, the fiance that I guess that was supposed to have been lost, he actually comes back into the picture. So I really wanted to just pick this one up because for some reason, y'all, I'm loving romance right now. So that's that one. So that'll be like my first Taylor Jenkins read book, because I hear a lot about her, and when I saw that this was on clearance, I decided to pick that up because, I mean, why not hit a clearance book up first? So then the next one is called The House of Eve. I saw this a lot on Goodreads, and I saw this a lot on Instagram. So, and y'all know I really love to read books when the hype is over. So I don't see anyone really reading this, so now I want to read it. So this is this takes place in Philadelphia in the 1950s. A 15-year-old boy named a 15-year-old Ruby Purcell is on track to becoming the first in her family to attend college, but a taboo love affair threatens to pull her back down into the poverty and desperation that has been passed on to her like a birthright. So this seems like it will be really good, and I really love that vintage 1950s era tropes. I don't know, it's just something about reading books from like way back when. So I'm like super excited to read this one. So all these of course are on my never ending TBR. Okay, so then this one is by Karen Slaughter. It's called Fractured. Okay, just making sure. It's by Karen Slaughter. It's called Fractured, and of course this is a mystery suspense thriller, and y'all know that I love mystery suspense thrillers. So this book says Ansley Park is one of Atlanta's most upscale neighborhoods, but in one gleaming mansion in a teenager's lavish bedroom, a girl has been savagely murdered. So, and this was actually $3.97, and you cannot beat $3.97. Y'all, I know I'm going fast. I'm just trying to make sure I can record this before my phone dies. And y'all know it takes forever for iPhones to charge. So this one is by Peter Swanson. It's called All the Beautiful Lies. And let me tell y'all one thing about Peter Swanson is his books are very slow to medium paced mystery suspense thrillers. And to me, some of the books that I've read 2 of his books, they're really like psychological mysteries. In the end of his books, you always think you know how the book is going to end, and no. It's like his books read like a Columbo episode. So if y'all have ever seen Columbo from like the 1970s, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So his books are actually, they're good. They're like, I've never read a 4 or 5 star. Like I really rate his books between like a 3.5, only because sometimes it's like the book goes in circles in order to like solve the mystery. But his books are so addicting because it has that psychological twist, like that psychological plot twist. So that keeps me drawn to his books, which is, it's very weird, y'all. So let me know in the comments if you've ever read a Peter Swanson book. So, but I picked up this, and of course it is a mystery thriller suspense, but his books are really like attention grabbing, but they're not necessarily like 4 or 5 stars to me, because there are always some things I have to question in his books. But then when I get to the end, I'm like, what? It always kind of makes you like, what is going on right now? That's how his books are, but they're so like, his books are so interesting that it makes you want to read like another one. Okay, so I got another thriller by Darcy Coates, which I absolutely just love the front cover. The front cover is like super cute. But I actually just wanted like to pick up another one of her books. And of course this is a mystery suspense thriller. And look at the front cover. It's like super pretty. So I hope that this is a pretty good book. So this says Sophie's world is shattered when disaster bankrupts her family. She's still reeling when she's offered an unexpected solution. Mr. Argentin, a wealthy stranger has asked for her hand in marriage. Marrying him will save her family but condemn Sophie to a life in Northwood, a vast and unnaturally dark mansion situated hours from civilization. So I definitely cannot wait to get into this. And then I picked up Blood Like Magic. I've seen this book like 15 times at Books, and I definitely love YA fantasy. I don't know, something just draws me to YA fantasy. It's written so well and written so beautifully, and it's always like so powerful and attention grabbing. So I decided to pick up this. This is actually like the first book in the duology. And it says, after 5 years of waiting for her calling, a trial every witch must pass in order to come into their powers, the one thing Voya Thomas didn't expect was to fail. When Voya's ancestors give her an unprecedented second chance to complete her calling, she agrees and then is horrified when her task is to kill her first love. So I definitely can't wait to get into this. And that cover is just simply gorgeous. Okay, so the next one I got is a romance, and of course y'all know Kennedy Ryan writes romances, and I wanted to get the physical version because the cover is just so beautiful. I could not pass this book up even though it was $19. I literally had to get it, and I think a lot of people have been reading this one. I've read a lot of reviews saying that this one is actually one of her best reads. I haven't read all of Kennedy Ryan's catalog, so I really don't know if it's her best romance book as of yet, but I've loved everything I've actually read of hers, which is Before I Let Go and This Could Be Us. Those are the only two I've read, so I really want to get into the third book of the Skyland series to finish that out. This is about Neva Saint is ready for the spotlight. After months as an understudy, this is her night to shine. She never imagined he would watch in the audience. Cannon Hope, famous film director, fascinating, talented, fine. Before she can catch her breath, everything is changing. Neva goes from backstage Broadway to center stage Hollywood. So I can already tell a medium-paced, slow burn romance, and I can already tell this is going to be kind of messy. So I picked that up because I just could not pass how beautiful the book was. And then the last book I got is by Octavia Butler called Dawn, a Lilius Brood novel. So the synopsis seemed like really interesting. And one thing I've learned about Octavia Butler is that she really writes science fiction. And to be honest, when I read her first book, which was Kindred, I really didn't know that she actually wrote science fiction, but she actually does. So now when I go into the bookstore, I know exactly where to look for her books, because especially like when you go to like Second and Charles or Half Price Books, you have to look in the science fiction section. So, but when I tell you Kindred was amazing, I actually listened to that one on audio, and that is like what made me a Octavia Butler fan. So this is when Lilith Iapo wakes from a deep sleep. She finds herself aboard a vast spaceship, hunted by confusion, memories of a nuclear war that ravaged the world. She discovers that she is being held by the Owen Conley, a seemingly benevolent alien race that intervene in the human race's extinction, rescuing the survivors from their ruined planet and placing them in a coma-like sleep for centuries. Now the restored Earth is ready for inhabitants, and the O'Conley want Lilith help to awaken the rest of the survivors and rebuild humankind. So this seems like it's going to be really good. And look at the cover. The cover is gorgeous. The cover is super gorgeous, and I cannot wait to jump into this one. So this may be on my September TBR. I'm trying to take that sticker off on the back. So this probably will be on my September TBR. But anyway, so let me know in the comments if you have read any of these books. Know what books you're currently reading. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.